I've got your time. Punanji. Is that where I'm from now? Is that the way I'm dressed? This is crazy. No one should be here. It's Sunday. You gotta pray to God. Like you didn't hope all week. Oh my God, all week long was, oh my God, I don't believe it. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. You get to Saturday, you go, I'm praying to you, God, through this book. 600,000 different books of God. Who's the administrator? This is nuts. We ain't got time to pray. We got 7 days a week. 7th day should be my day. 6th day was Friday. They were putting in the veins. 7th day's gotta be my day. Sunday, hey man, is celebration. I was born. The gateway is my day. I'm going natural. Well, not all natural, but I'm trying to get as natural as I can. Hi. Is that a natural way? I must be high. Well, actually, I took a little Mary Jane, but I didn't get high yet. It's a creeper. I smoke just before I get on, because otherwise I might forget. In fact, you know what I'm thinking of doing? Putting 4 TVs in front of me. So the minute I forget something, I'll just roll it back. But I'll have to get, you know, somebody to like come and work with me. So I have to hire someone to help me out, because we're going to have to roll back so I don't forget. Because the day's a rollback, right? Is this the rollback day? We roll back and we can see what we talked about before and after, and we can keep putting these pieces together. And then we need another screen that would go on top that would sort of predict a little bit from what it sees from what I'm doing. That way I can sort of have a helper for the future, someone to remind me of the past, and someone to mechanically work these things up without, like, must get involved, of course. Whoever it is has to get involved. I'm going to look back and go, hey, Joe, you're looking good. I hope your husband likes you. Yeah, her name is Joe. Her name is Joe. She's in the hole. I was eating this stuff, and it says the ingredients, amaranth. I have no idea what an amaranth is, but I do know that in one of the last questionnaires, somebody said to me a word, vendanta. Vendanta. Ven for vendredi means for sale. Ven, a vein. When you get N and you get VE, it's EE, stands for J. J always brings A and I, so instead of Vendanta in EE, because of the sound of the letter bringing in the E family, you get AI. So it says Vandai, which is an artificial intelligence created in life. Vandai. Anta, ants and uncles. Now the question is, what is the ant? You bring 1,000 ants together, right? You try to go through the door and you bang on the door, and you try to go through the door and you bang on the door, and because you're not supposed to. The ants go marching one by one. Follow who's in front of you. There's no banging on the door. Fill the pool. Fill the pool. As you carry on. Vendanta, T-A-A-T. It's a transmission. I always use it as a T-A, angel transmission, because A is a very, very funny like thing, you know. First you get U and R, then you get O and R, then you get E and R, then you get A and R, then you get I and R. Well, how do you see a U and an R? U in R, U-N-E-N, R. U and R. Then it would say what? What would that come? But I will find a word with it. Or O in R. O and R totals 15 and 18. But U and R is -3. I and R is 9 and 18, becomes 27. I is from the 9 family, R is from the 9 family. They go inside each other. O becomes 69, it becomes the rotation in R18. 6, 9, rotation R18, multiply it by 3. This would be 27. 9 and 18 is the 27, so you don't have to go anywhere, you already have it. 1 to 8 equals 27. The next number is 2. The next one down is 7. 2 and 7. The gateway in the beta world. The gateway in the beta world is in between the two sides. One goes nowhere without its helpers. I need my helpers. Carry the light. I'm the light bulb, but I got nowhere to do it, so I send it out my arms and shoo. And the light is communication. It means a ram. And I send it behind me out my ass. Hey, isn't that the way the ram's horn? It's not turned forward and pointing forward as a ram's horn. They usually turn around and like always sort of like pointing towards their ass. I won't sit on it. So I know I'm fooling around a lot, and it's my only way to get the work done. If I don't do this, then I don't follow my own personal path. Then I'm trying to sell you in a certain game. I can't do it that way. I just can't cut all that extra time that I put into this. And yes, I'm using up the extra time right now, because if I don't explain exactly what I'm doing, then no one will follow the, what's it called? Sometimes I have to fall before I can just forget about saying what I say and have others say it for me, because I can't go forward if I'm going to always have to start my show with, and I don't even like to say show, because that was like, you're a show off. I don't like that show off. You know what I'm saying? You know when you scream, it goes like that, right? Oh! There's your V inside R. Oh yeah! I'm the dragon. I didn't even finish this, because you remember the last video I came to DC? DC? 20 and 10, Jack gets doubled twice, 20 and 10 becomes his 30 creation. King gets doubled twice, 22 becomes his 33 creation, and one light broke up into 2. 2 into his 4, this is 8. 4 and 8 is the space between, which is the DC. The queen. D is the 4th letter, right? But it's the queen, the 12th card in the deck. 1 plus 2 equals 3, queen. The DC energy. The dam is the D. The queen is the C creation. D for dam, because we're working French. Dam Valeroy. 4 or 0. 4 is 64, Zion, Israel. The passage of the Nian. The Nian, and I'm going to have to skip off and come back and show you where I get Nian. See, I was working with that Vedanta after, and then I went how the N is next to the A, okay, and how I changed the Ven, V-E-N, and then it becomes V-E-E-N, because the N is in the E family and the V is in the E family, but they come together meeting E on E, so they meet at the passage, so we can take them away and say V-O-N. Love, novia, love, because when you meet at the center, you automatically get A and I inside E, A-E and I. Become 15, it becomes novia inside Vendetta, which means the lover. But now we're going to get back into this part over here. Okay, we're talking about the queen is in the middle. Well, here, the circle of all to both sides. The one passage. 1 and 1? No, we're going to turn it backwards. EO or Neo. Anderson, DNA, 1 Eno. So whatever your understanding for Eno is, or O equals E and A. If you go to E and A from O, you get to Ian. E-A-N. Neanderthal. Mediterranean. 1 and 1. That is your K letter. Your K letter that I brought back to you from this video previously. The K and the J. In between, okay, is actually Jack, Queen, King. 10 blank, what's it called? The Queen has to be the 0.5 in between. Why? Because Jack is 10, King is 11. So the Queen would have to be 10.5. There's your 0.5, right? 10.5. How would you get it? 10 and 10 and 11 and 11. You don't even have to move. It's just this whole section. It even says 10. It even says 12. It even says 15. It even says 14. Right? 3 is what brings 1 inside 2. So it would meet here or here. 3.1415. 9, 2. 9 and 2 is 10. 9 and 10 is 19. 1 times 9 was plus 9. That is the passage of the light that plays from the 5 hole. 8 and 9 is 17, the gateway. 9 times 8 is 72. Times 5 is a 360-degree rotation. 3, 6, and where would be 0? I don't know. There's so many things you can do with this, because there's 2 zeros here, 1 0 here, 1 0 here, 2, 3, 4 zeros. There's 4 zeros right over here. And look at the 2. There's 1. See these in here? If you take a look inside the 2, the black only, see the little animals, the split ears over here? You see the little animal that's over here? It looks like a head holding up a weight to one side. His left shoulder is weighted. Turn around, it's his right shoulder. What the 7 is over here, it's what's just inside. Just like when you show on, see the circle? O and N. On C, it almost looks like AC. See the way they slash the C? On C. What does it mean? On calculator. Turn on calculator? Wait a second. Or is that a rubbed off O, on and off? Well, it could be on and off. On, O, 15, N 14, 15, 14. On, one way. O is off, 15. So now let's get back to, we were talking about many things. We were in here to begin with. 39 or minus 3. 33 or 3. 36. 33 or 3. 36. 3 or 39. 42. The UR is in 42. The cat in the hat becomes 42. The ER, electronic resident angel, is 05, which is 65, which is the flow of the work communication in 666. The total is 23. The total is 13. The 13 letter and the 5th letter make ACE and say cat, the electronic cat. 65, 75, 83 says the church. The cat is in the church. Where is the church and how is the church divided? How is the church divided? He's in the church. These are my rabbit ears sticking at the top of the building to point the roadway, all the way down the roadway. But this way, it's just a beautiful chicken. We have 10, we have 10.5. 10.5 and 10.5, 21. The queen lays on 21 and there's a special game at the casino right now. They pay you so much for all about the queen at that table. This is 21. This is 33. This is 30. 30, bring me the light inside the bones, number 26. Z and T. T equals 20, Z equals 26. Bring me the bones in Zion, Israel. 26 and 16 is 42. The cat in the hat is lit up. Bring me the bones in Zion, Israel. 22, 33. There is no 6 and 6. 4 and 2. The cat in the hat rests within 1. He doesn't move. Here, it's 10.5 and 10.5. Or how about 105? 105 becomes 165. The spirit and the wolf, the communication, the controller, 1. The dot that's in the center of everything that goes around it. The propeller, whatever you want to call it, the nut. So since this becomes 21, the queen, the D, okay, there is no letter in between. So it's JK, or how would you put a letter king? What would you put to have in between? Would you put the A, because the A is the only singularity for 1 in between, so you put J, A, K. Now, since you did find something to go in between the two, the reality is, the actuality is it's the E. That is the halfway of everything. No, it is the I. The I meets the two sides above and below, but east to west, okay, or north to south. So let's try the A letter. It would say Jack. Let's try the E letter. It says je, which means I am. So if we put the E here, it's je, I am, and it is communication. If I would put the, A, E, I here, it would be G, okay? And that's where the French come in, because they changed the sound where the J comes in to say G. Now it sounds like a G with the I here, G. The French say that. It's now reversed to whatever the Latin and French is all about. J-I-K, J10, I9, 19, the two letters that bring in the light. 910, 19, 911. 910 and 911. 911 goes in over here. 11 and 9 make 20, and 10 equals to 30, creation. Perfect. We didn't go anywhere. We're in 30. This brings you to light. 1 and 0 equals 7. 2 and 0 equals 8. This is your own gateway. 7 and 8 equals 15. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 equals 5 and 6. And you're back to communication on the spirit side. Now, if we did the same thing over here, do you follow what I'm doing? 2 and 2 is 4. 1 and 1 is 2. 4 and 2, 8, 6 is 14. This repeats. This says queen controller, because this, the answer to this one will end up to be 62. And then 62 will revert again to T and Z. And all you're doing is repeating 21, 22, 23. Excuse me, all you're doing is repeating, not 21, because the U is owned by the Q, 17 and 21, which is 8 and 3, the church. Okay, so you're starting actually at 22, 23, 24, 25. 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't count the 5 because the 5 is inside the 3 run by 2 and 2. Here's the 5, okay, and here's the 3. So you already have the 3 in there. You don't need to double up your corners with the 5. See, there's a 5 this way, north and south, and there's a 5 this way, east and west, 5 and 5. This is half lights because it cuts. It'll cut a corner. This is a box, and unless you turn the book sideways, in actuality, that's the way it's coming in. It's this way. This is the way our angles come in, that whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I have to study that a little bit more. But it makes the dice look. The dice is, look. It's crooked, right? Is it crooked? No, it's straight. The Aleph letter shows me that. So we understand. So now, Jack, King, and I, we could put you, Juck. That's 21. That creates 3. That creates C. That creates creation. So let's try it. 21 and 10 is 31. 21 and A is 20, 21 and 11 is 32. 32 is the doorway. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 is 5 and 6 communication, what Jack already has. But Jack 10 with U, J-U, UK. 21, UK, yeah, look at that. Hey, oh, I didn't see that. And this one over here says Jew. Jew in UK. Jew in the UK. 21 and 10 is 31. Those are the wings of Aleph. 7 times 3, 7 plus 3 equals 10. Plus 21 is 31. And since you have a 10, you have the light. Add 6 is 37. Again, you're connected to the red sun of Nibiru. So you try all the vowels in between here, because if I picked and choose, it wouldn't be fair to the other. And who am I to decide when everybody has their own perspective and their own perception? So it's all open up. As if I close any doors and somebody believes me all the way, then we might miss out on the reality. It's I only think what I know and I explain what I see, and you have to judge in yourself which way you'd like to take it, or whether you just like to capture what I had to say. So now again, using 21 in the middle like I did before. Okay, 17 plus 4. 17 is the Q for queen. 4 is the dam. 17 and 4, 21. We put the U in over here. 21, blackjack. The number rotation for blackjack, everything is a 10. Jack, king, queen, they're all 10s because man has already been blackjacked. He's got 10, 10 in his 2 cards, and the automatic queen holds the ace. Blackjack. 7th month, July. What day? July 3rd. Blackjack. Why? Because you bust on July 4th. The 22nd number, 2 plus 2 is 4. Blackjack, 7-4. Where did we figure that one out? How did I get to that one over here? July. 7 times 3 is 21. July 3rd. 21 plus 7 and 3 is 10. 31. 3 and 1 is 4. July 4th. July 4th. This is where it's been. Now I have to go back to really understand what I just said. So this is how the Q and the D in French and English make 21. And only the U in vowels. All you needed was the U, the vowels of God, the word he spoke, the word we listened to. Whoever this Almighty who wrote this book, who told us the reality of the basic truth, is all we need to do is go back and say, garnished. Let's not listen to this, and let's listen to this, and let's listen to everything and take it as our own personal guidance, because he has a personal story with every single one of us. And if you're the God, you're making that story come true. If you feel that's the greater part of you, leaving yourself open to accepting what everything and everybody wants to say about whatever you have to say, and just knowing that you're not perfectly 100% right, but just different, and that's just your story. Listen to everybody else so you can actually gauge who you are, how you see things in the reality from your world to their world. Either A, they see you below, or A, they see you above, and there's a big margin between 40 and 60 that we're all the same. Anybody who marks between 40 and 60, 10 above, 10 below, we're all the same. Let's do it this way. 10 plus 10 equals 20, plus 32 equals 52 man. 20% of 10 is 2, 52 becomes the 50 stars. What did I just do? 10 Celsius, the temperature. to Fahrenheit. The easiest way for I to do it, or if you want to use it your way, it's 1.8 per. 1.8 times 10 is 18. 18 plus 34 equals to 52. 34 is the reality for number 1. And I don't even want to get in that one because I took one everywhere. I took one everywhere. But what I want to do right now is to show you half of nothing and half of nothing. No means no. 50, 50. Half and half. Half and one. 1.5. 1.5. 1.5. 1.5. 1.5. 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. The 15th letter is O. The 15th letter is O. The 15th letter is O. The tennis, 15 and 15 is 30. The next one is 40 because it's either your O on your side with this O comes together. It counts for 10 because this is its own 5. This is its own 5. There's 15. He gets these two. He gets these two. He of who he is, irregardless, gets these two, 5 and 5, because he's the totality of 9, 5, and 1. In the center, when I was speaking the A and I, how we put A and I on the letters for E-A-N, Mediterranean, E-A, N-E-A-N, half of the Mediterranean and half of no. Half of France and half of the Mediterranean. No is France. Half of Quebec, or the electric in Quebec, the sun or the sun, the O sun, E and A. The son of E and A. So if it's E and A, the sons, then every single letter in the alphabet belongs to who? E and A is made up from O. And it's also made of A and D. Because here's your D. And here's your A. The reality of that is, it creates the O. It creates the E. This creates the E. So the family that we're actually in, that is owning E and A, is this one over here, okay, comes into itself as E, and it takes B, 2, and 1. Because the reality is that this 2 is on each corner of this 5 and both ways crisscross of this one. So it was doubled up in here, this dot was put in here, and then E runs the world. This one over here, let me just put this down. And then we look like this. Although on the phone it's set up like this. 1 and 4. How am I going to do this? 1 and then 4 and then 7. Then 2 and 5 and 8 and 3, 6, 9. Let me not get into that now. So E and A runs the 9 and the 1 because the 9 is not really a 9. It's a 4 above and it's a 4 below. And 4 and 4 equals to 8. 8 plus 32 is equal to 40. Minus 1.6 is 38.4. The Church of the Queen. 4 is the Queen. 6 and 4 is Zion, Israel. 3 is C. 8 is H. Together they are K, the divided worlds of 1 and 1. 1, 1, 1, 0. Jack King, where the Queen is involved. How much is this? There's 6. 3, 2, and 3. Here, number 5. 2 above and 2 below. 2 above, 2 below. 2 above is 2 and 2 is 4. Plus 32 is 36. Minus 0.4 is 35.6. 365 days a year. 3, 5, 6. 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 equals 256 or 625. There is no 3, 4. There is no DC. There is no Queen. The 9 divides up all your cards. And I don't think I have any 9s left, but there's no 9s left in this deck. Can we get another deck, please? We did end up with, who is Nibiru? Nibiru is 5 and 5. 5 and 5. 5, 4, 5. The son of it. 108. 5 and 3 electric company. So I don't have the 9, but you do know what the 9 card looks like, right? So this is what we have. 1.5, 1.5, and 1.5. We have 1, 2, 3. We have 4.5 equals to the sun. We have 14, 28 equals to the moon, and we have 38 equaling to the church. The church, the moon, and the sun. 1 and 1, 1.5. 1 and 1. Reverse it backwards. E, 5, O, 15, 20. Give us the 5, 5, 5 world, which is the 4. 5, 5, 5 world on each side equals to 20. 5, 5, 5 equals to 20. We need 4 of them, like this. And then we draw from here to here to here to here, and we live in the inside part. See the way it's broken up to 4? We live in the inside part. We are in front. We are whole. We are the red dot. We live on the outside part. We are broken up into 4 parts. 50 breaking up into 4 parts divided by one side or the other side. 25 or 50, the center of the darts. Total is 75, 57, 75. Don't forget 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, 20. 5 goes in the center, 25, that's our quarter. Now we have to bring the poker chips into play because there's 25s, there's 5s, and there's 1. If you want 23 in poker chips, you need 4 plus 3. You need DC. Why? 4 times 5, and then you need 3 times 1. But if it's 23, 23, and there's 2 separate players, they have to bring in 4 and 4. We're not looking for change right now. 4 and 4, 5s each, 3 and 3. 4 and 3, 4 and 3, 7 and 7, 8, 6 and 8. Communication between the two, I call. The cards come out. You either get a card in your hand or playing Texas Hold'em, it goes to the center of the table. 1 card for all. Who is all? Everyone who threw chips into the board. So then we know what this brings in right now. And then in this one, I was written to Sir Class, right? How about the key? How about 51? How about INR 99? These are the keys. These are the days. This is of the circle. Cool? Cool it down, slow it down. Icicle, the key. The kul. The kul. The church runs as queen is cool. The keys. The secle. The cycles. The years that have gone by. I see 3 and 9. And all the 3s and 9s that come together. 3 and 9 with Jack. The Jack card equals to 25, which is control of 2 and 5. It's the light switch in the center. 2 and 5, Zion, Israel. CNI 3993, this is now Saturn. BNI, and if you want to know, these are letters and numbers that I cannot have in the 26-letter alphabet that I basically know. So I'm showing a different reality of why they're not there and what they could do if they were there. And the only one that comes there is A and I. Everything with I, and I is in creation. 369 I have to talk about. I have to talk about 369 because that's my part of creation. So I have to aim for that area. 258 I have to aim for that area. 147 I have to aim for that area. So with 1 I can do the whole alphabet. With 4 I'm out. I can't do the alphabet. With 2 I only can do 7 letters in the alphabet. But with 1 I can do 11 letters or 12 letters in the alphabet. I can do 21. I can do 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, and 1. But in reality, in the French world, you cannot. Because when you don't say 1, you have to go 21, 21. You see, first it's 1. The next time you get 1 is when it's 21. The first one is 1, the last one is 21. The first card you get can be an ace, and the last card you can get can be a jack, queen, king, and you got 21. What you could do, what you can't do. 27 is B and G. Now we're going to go to the next level. We're going to go to 4. We can't do anything unless it was 4 and 1, because that would be 14. You can read it both ways. You can't go 4. You can go 4 and 1 and 4 and 2. So if you go 4 and 1, it's N. You go 4 and 2, it's X. 4 and 1, it's N. 4 and 2, it's X. N, X. So the annex. So now this comes in with A and D. This comes in with A and D. And this one comes in with B and D. So now I already see, okay, N-E-A-N, Nean, any, need comes in. The need of what? Is it the bed? Is it Dex? Would have to go with Earth. Dex and Earth is something to do with Earth. I don't know. I just learned this right now as I do it. That's why I can't stop sometimes. I just have to go. And I feel I know. So anyways, let's just jump back to this with circles and freezers and stuff. So cool. I wanted to bring you back to one part that I did not finish with MJ in the last video when it comes to 420. Is it 4 equaling to 60? Is it 2 equaling to 58? Which will then equal to 53, which will equal to 23, which will equal to 11, control of the queen, 42, 0. Excuse me, which is the separation of what? 0. 0. Okay? 0 is around. It's 2, 0. It's not 1, 0. It's 2, 0. Okay? Now the question is, what is 2, 0? 0 equals Zion, Israel. 64 equals 7, the gate. East-west gate. 2, okay, equals to Earth and equals to Jupiter through Pluto, the birth of Pluto. 2 is number 58, which now brings in the representation of Neptune and Jupiter, which is the passageway. And then 4 brings in Mars, okay? It says hour. Then it says where. It says 1 spirit of 8 in the heaven of 6. 6 and 5 is an outsourced communication. I call it the communication of the wolf because that's where it ends up standing. It also stands for 15, 15, 15, 15 because it is 60. 06 is 60. And the word 4 counts for 60, so it's talking about the 60 minutes. So where are you? I'm in Zion, Israel, of the clock. That's basically the way I want to do it. Okay? But I think this is something that should be a good thing. In French, they go 80. They go 4 times 20. And like I explained in the dice, we need 4 of these dice that come together. We need 4 of these dice that come together. And there's your 4 times 20. 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15, 20. Well, if the heart of this is 5, then why not call everything 5? Because that'll be the average. So 5 goes on the outside 20. 5 goes on the inside of 25. Plus the 20 itself gives us 25. Or the value actually, since it's 5, 10, 15, 20, this is the 5th area. Since there's 5 areas, the average at 20 is 4. So the center would actually get 4. So you'd have 5, 10, 15, 20. And then you'd actually have, because it's a 5 area, be 25. And then you'd get the average of the rest. Okay? So then would it be 5 or 4? Because there's 4 out here, he's only getting the average. But the totality really is 45. There's 8 around the center. So if you went 8 by 5 is 40. Plus the center value of 5 gives the center 45 value. 4 and 5 is 20. 4 times 5, 4 plus 5, 29, the birth. Now everything comes together, right, in this crack over here. You put a line here and a line here. And that, for me, becomes your 1, 5, 9, etc. Or is that what divides these apart, making the 3rd level of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? That's a question I ask myself. It's a question I ask myself. So 420, okay, it has the initials of F and T, 26. This one has the initials of, where is it? I'm not supposed to put that in there. The only reason I wrote this is de for Dieu, for God. 2 says God. Okay, but I just want to go this letter and this letter. Q is 17. V is 22. Equals to 39. And that's a very special number for me because of this. V is over here. Q is over here. This is the side of the spirit 4. 4 and 8 represent space, this letter and this letter. These are all combinations I brought together as 39. Okay? The alphabet ends over here. So the only one we can bring together is 15. And X24 is 39 inside. So it ends here with 39. And then U21. Okay? And R18 ends over here at 39. So we use it up, and this is what it looks like. I mean, it can look like an H, it can look like a U. I'm not sure which way and which way to go with it. So what I'm talking is when we get the hemp marijuana, it says 420, okay? This says 4, this says 20, this is 60, plus 2, because 20 I'm counting as 2 and 0, 420, that's why I marked 2, okay? Dieu means God. 2 equals to 4, 0 equals to 7, 4, 7, 4, 7, 4. Marijuana is 474 and 420. 474 is a representation of Earth, which is Jupiter and Uranus in the year 5775, when Earth communications with Jupiter meet together, because 3 and 7, 5 and 5 both make the 10 worlds. 5 and 7 creates 3. 7 and 7 create 5. 7 and 7 is 14, creates 5. 5 equals 1/4. 7 and 7 equals 14. 1 and 4 equals 5. 1 and 4 equals 5. 3, 7 and 7. And you know 5 equals 1/4 because of that again. 7 and 7 is 14. Then when you have 3 and 57, 75, what we're doing, then we have 3 and 7 equals to the 10. So 3 times 7 is 21, and we have 1/2. 3 plus 7 is 10, plus 21 is 31. It's the doorway. It's the AC to the doorway. It's not the doorway. It's the AC for the doorway. Open up the door. I want to go through, so you're one number higher. The door was there. I didn't get there yet. But if I got there and the door wasn't there, I'd have to wait for it, and therefore I'd be before you. But then I'd be making the door, making somebody go to get the door. No, they pre-prepared the door for me to go. So that's your MJ Marijuana 420. Becomes 426. This one over here, we're going to do it again. This one over here becomes like this. This one is 4. This one is 7. This one is 4. This one is, this one is 58. 5 and 8 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 4 equals 60 equals 66 equals 3. 3, 4. And this one equals 7. 3, 4, 7. I wanted to show you one way. It wasn't 3, 4, 3. It was 3, 4, 7. 3, 4, 7. So now your 3 and 7 came together. Your 4 and 7 came together, because this is 64. This will create 1. This will create the word 1. Enzo, Nero. This creates 1. This is 2. This is 4. 1 and 2 create 3. We don't need 3 over here, because it takes 2 to create the third one. I was going to just show you something a little bit that I just designed over here. I'm really not sure which way I should look at it. Is it 2 tails? Is it a nose? It's the M letter. You see the M down here? Okay, and then the sword goes right through. You see the 2 parts for the sword? And then you have a right angle here and a right angle there. I don't know what they do. The J can not only go here. You see it takes one box here. I turn it upside down, it takes another box here. I flip it the other way, it takes a box over here. And I flip it again, it takes a box over here. So you've got 4 jacks taking up the box, or you have a T here, and you put a T down at the bottom, and then all you have to do is fill in the letters, whatever fills them in, and you see this is closed, so you fill it in with a closed letter. See the way this is a triangle over here? This is a square, this is a square, you need 2 squares and a triangle. These 2 are straight. See the blocks that are here, the blocks that are here, these are the letters that have to fit. Anyways, I didn't want to get into that. Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. 38 minutes, and I didn't do what I wanted to do yet. Thank you for watching.